Everyone, it happened. We have Wolverine. Alrighty, so we just got a new hero announced by FFG, and it's one that so very many people are excited for, including myself. That is Wolverine Logan. So he is a lean fighting machine. He has a solid 222 stat line with 10 hit points, and he can heal a ton. That's kind of his whole thing, right? Like if you ever read the comics, you've seen any of the shows, he heals. So Logan has a 6 recovery in his alter ego form, and you will be taking damage, and we'll get into that here in a little bit. But I think this is the highest recovery that we have actually seen in any hero, and Josh from Get Up in Game, go check out his channel, did point out this actually makes recuperation kind of an interesting play. So recuperation, the 2-cost event, heal equal to your recovery, and so that's 6. 2 for 6 is pretty good, and so I think this is the first time I've actually kind of started to entertain playing recuperation. Logan also has a alter ego setup ability that allows him to go 2 to his claws, and the claws are a really interesting mechanic that allows you to exhaust them to play an attack event from your hand by taking damage equal to its cost rather than paying for it. And so this can open up some exciting efficiency, and I'm really excited to see what his damage output can be, especially because taking that damage, health is a resource, we've said it all this time, health is a resource, taking that damage and then being able to heal it so efficiently with his 6 recovery, as well as his ability in hero form that says that he heals 2 at the start of every player phase. This gets really interesting, right? Because you can basically pay for a 2-cost event for free, quote free, by taking 2 damage, because you know that you will at least be healing 2 damage at the start of your next turn. He also has a lot of other ways to heal damage in his kit. So regenerative healing is a 1-cost event that allows you to heal for 4, which is very solid. Or if you have it in your hand and you have either a stunned and or a confused status card, you can use this to discard both of those cards, which allows him to swing. He has a 2 attack, his claws give him +1 attack, so at that point he's at 3, and so he's going to be running into some of the same issues that Hulk runs into, that if you're stunned, your big attack doesn't, or your big basic attack doesn't really do anything for you. And so this kind of helps with that. Regenerative healing can be flexible in that sense. You can heal or get rid of some status cards from your hero. One of the other ways that he can deal with the massive amounts of damage he's taking is a card, I Got Better. So this is a 4-cost upgrade, which is kind of steep, I think, in my opinion. I would rather see this a little bit lower, but I'm not the designer. So it states that when he would die from an enemy attack, you instead set your hit point value to 5. Now this does not work if you took the damage using your claw ability, but it does work if, you know, Venom comes in and swings at you for 13 and you have 1 health left. You would actually then pop right back up to 5. So there is, you know, some flexibility there. The last way that he has to deal with all the damage that he's going to be taking is his Adamantium Skeleton, which is a 2-cost upgrade that gives you extra hit points as well as 1 extra attack. I think I said that was for the claws. This is actually the upgrade that does that, so apologize for that. And it also gives you piercing. So your basic attack gets piercing, and so now you're swinging at a 3. If you throw a combat training in there, you have a base attack of 4. You're running at a 242 stat line. Wolverine is going to be pretty solid with piercing and just a lot of ways to pay for a lot of attack events. I'm so excited to see how much damage we're going to be able to throw at the villain with Wolverine. It's going to be absurd. Of course, Wolverine would not be complete if he did not come with some sweet attack events like Berserker Barrage. And this is probably actually my favorite card in his entire kit that was revealed today. So this is a 2-cost event that deals 4 damage to an enemy, and then if you defeat the enemy, you can take 2 damage and then repeat the ability. And so this allows you to set up and just destroy minions, or even a villain, right? If you're playing solo, this card is going to be great once you get the villain down. If you're swinging for 4 and then you have this card for 4 more damage, that's 8 damage. And at that point, you can take 2 damage and throw it at another minion or throw it at the next stage of the villain. There's just a lot of flexibility. Another card that comes in his kit that is great for minion control is called Slice and Dice. So this is a 3-cost upgrade that allows you to make 2 attacks of 3 damage each. So I love being able to have the flexibility of splitting this up. So this can go to 2 different targets or 1 target. At 1 target, 3 for 6 is a little bit more than I want to be paying, especially for a hero card. But the added flexibility of being able to split that up, take out 2 minions, hit the villain and a minion, really kind of helps me, justify this cost. In multiplayer, he's going to be able to clean up the table. He has so many ways to deal with minions. He has so much damage potential for the villain as well, but he is taking a lot of damage to do that. And with that, in multiplayer, he's going to be able to flip down super easily, reset, and I think he's going to be a valuable aggression player ally on the table. I think he's going to be insane. The last attack event we got to see today is Launching Strike, this is another attack event that costs 3, so already his cost curve is pretty high, but again, he can take that damage to pay for it. And so weird math starts to happen on, is his cost curve higher, or because he has ways to pay for it, I need to get him on the table to figure that out. But this attack, Lunging Strike, is a 3-cost event that deals 8 damage. It's very similar to Swinging Web Kick, like we've seen this stat line before, but it has the added benefit of gaining overkill if you exhaust his cost to pay for it. So that's really interesting. So if you take the damage to deal this 8, then you get to have overkill and again just take care of all of those minions on the table. The last hero kit card that we saw today is Track by Scent. This is an awesome thwart event. So for Wolverine being so aggression focused or so damage focused, I was really surprised to see such an awesome thwart event. And so this says remove 3 threat from a scheme, and if that clears the scheme, draw 2 cards. Now this may not be great in multiplayer, but if you're in multiplayer, you probably have someone else that's going to be dealing with all the threat. But in solo, 3 threat removal will pretty much always get you to where you need to be to clear a scheme, especially because he has a baseline of 2 thwart. And so if you're running Justice, you have a Heroic Intuition, you can thwart for 6 with this card and his base if you're running Heroic Intuition. And that allows you to draw 2 cards and effectively it pays for itself, or I guess an effective cost of 1. And this is just a really good card. I was expecting to see this more in something like, I don't know if we're going to get a Professor X hero or someone that kind of feels more manipulative, that this would be more up their alley, but I'm excited to see it in Wolverine nonetheless. It probably does not come as a surprise to anyone that he comes with a precon of aggression, which if he was anything else, I think there would be riots in the streak, but we do have some sweet new cards as well as some really cool new reprints with the X-Men art. So we are getting X-Men versions of Battle Fury and Mean Swing. And also Mean Swing is going to be awesome because Wolverine starts with a weapon, which is his claws in play. And so right there, you can get that +3 just on your swing. And so, yeah, awesome card to come in as precon. So those are the 2 reprints. Let's dive into the new stuff. So I want to start with the allies. And starting off strong, we have one of the most incredible aggression allies I've ever seen, Psylocke. This 4-cost ally has a 2-1-3 stat line, but her ability is so crazy. So she comes in with 2 psionic counters that whenever she attacks, you can remove 1 counter, confuse the enemy that she attacked, and deal an extra damage. So it's a 2 damage attack and confuse. So this has some insane potential to allow you to confuse in aggression, which is something that we don't see a lot of. We don't see a lot of confuse outside of the Justice aspect, and so allowing this to kind of ebb into some of the other aspects gives me huge hope for the future of this game. This card is going to be absurd in Wolverine because you can hit the villain, confuse him, roll down, take advantage of that 6 recovery so you don't have to worry about taking any damage at all and you can just heal up. Oh, I am so excited for this ally. The other ally that we got is a neutral version of Colossus. Colossus is a 4-cost with a 1 thwart 3 attack with 2 consequential damage and 3 health. However, he only costs 3 if you have the mutant or the X-Men trait, and he comes in with toughness. And so there's a lot of damage to be dealt here, especially when you pair it with the new team-up card that we got. This is a Wolverine Colossus team-up card called Fastball Special. So this is a 1-cost card to deal damage equal to the sum of Wolverine and Colossus's attacks, which comes with overkill and piercing. So let's just break down a little bit of math here. So if you're running aggression, Wolverine and just with the Colossus ally, that allows you to deal 7 damage for 1 cost. So you have a baseline of 2, combat training, and then the adamantium skeleton gives you a baseline of 4, plus Colossus's 3 attack gives you 7 for 1, which is insane. Now you do have to have both of them on the table, and that's where team up cards with solo play get a little tricky to play. However, this gets even crazier now that we have the Colossus hero. So Colossus comes in with 2 stat lines, and with the titanium muscles upgrade, you can easily trigger this card dealing 7 damage. I'm really excited to put both of these on the table. It's going to be something that I look forward to playing week 1 of Wolverine coming out. We are continuing on. Wolverine is jam-packed with new cards, and then we still have 2 player cards that we're going to be talking about today, and those are Warrior Skill and Precision Strike. So let's talk about Warrior Skill first. So Warrior Skill is an awesome 2-cost upgrade that comes with 3 counters. And it says that whenever you attack, you remove 1 counter from there and increase the damage by 1. This is going to open up some crazy combos with like 1x1, Dive Bomb, Melee, Blade Dance, and so many other interesting cards that have multiple iterations of attack that will allow you to increase that damage by 1, which does not sound like a lot, but when you pair it with the right cards, it can get absurd. This card also combos well with the last card that was announced today, which is Precision Strike, which is a card that does 2 damage to an enemy, or 3 if you pair it with Warrior Skill. And if it defeats an enemy, you get to heal 2 damage from your hero. So more healing for Wolverine because he's going to need it. He's going to be taking that damage. I'm excited for this card. Probably will be kind of a niche card. Niche card. But I think Wolverine's really gonna like it. Maybe like a Rocket's really gonna like it. Some of these heroes that are a little bit squishier are really gonna enjoy this healing in hero form. And finally, the last thing that I wanted to talk about today is that we are getting back into getting modular sets in these packs. And with Wolverine, we are getting Death Strike. So Death Strike comes with Lady Deathstrike, who is a 1/2/6 minion with Quick Strike, and the ability that says if you get damaged by her attack, you have to discard a random card from your hand. If you have seen any of my videos or playthroughs before, I do not like this type of ability. I hate random discards. I don't think that I will enjoy Lady Deathstrike all of that much. I will play her, but she's not going to be one of my go-tos, just because I don't like the fact that I don't like discarding random cards. Now, if I could choose, that'd be a little bit different, but random just kind of messes with the strategy and messes with the plan a little bit too much, and it's just not my playstyle. It does not help that one of her other cards is Hack and Slash, where you have to discard a random card from your hand and take damage equal to the cost of that card. I don't think this card is fun either. I'm not super excited about this modular set, honestly. However, I am excited about the fact that we are getting modular sets in these hero packs, because that just increases the replayability and the modularity of the game. Finally, the last card that was announced in this modular set is an attachment called Adamantium Upgrades that gives the attached enemy +2 attack and piercing. So this does not have to go on her. This could go on a villain. This could go on a minion. This is kind of fun. It does sound like we are getting multiple copies of this, because it states that if someone else has an Adamantium upgrade on it, that they don't get another one. And so it looks like we're going to get a multiple of these. I'm hoping for maybe like 4. I think that'd be a really fun modular set at that point, because we could just start sliding these in and putting them on all of the minions and villains, and then they get really dangerous at that point. We'll see how it goes, but I do think that is probably my favorite part about this modular set. All in all, I'm super excited about Wolverine and the strategies that he has. I am really looking forward to playing him when he's released later this year. I think he's going to be an epic multiplayer hero. I am a little interested to see how he plays in some of the off aspects for other than like aggression. I think that he has a really strong justice build as well, especially in solo, because he has that 2 thwart, and so he has the damage in his kit, and then you can compensate with the threat mitigation that justice provides to help balance him out in the solo play. I think he's going to be just a really strong hero. All of the heroes that have been announced look super interesting and play completely different play styles, so I am so pumped to get him to the table when he's released later this year. What are your thoughts about Wolverine? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, if you want to see me play him when he does come out, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I look forward to talking with you. Have fun. Happy Thursday. Go play some Marvel Champions. Peace.